from Charlotte, North Carolina, at a combined weight of over 660 pounds, Rody Rob, Adam Bomb, Bionic Brian, the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast.
And welcome to Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, episode 500 and something. My name is Rody Rob. I am your host through our reaction to Monday Night Raw. Before I get started on kind of my opening monologue and all our opinions about what happened tonight, I do want to welcome you to our show via whatever streaming platform you're on, YouTube Live, Mixer, Twitch, etc., 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 or after the fact on any of the podcast providers. Joining me, one live in studio, one via Skype. Adam is behind the protective glass. Adam, say hi, Adam Bomb. Oh, wait, there, tried it now. There you go.
Wow, once again, you had me on mute, but I'm glad to be here. Raw was a mixed bag tonight, I think.
We'll spar. We're going to spar. And I'm not going to call him Bionic Brian anymore.
Why?
I've changed his name to Biased Brian.
Biased?
Biased.
Absolutely,
Brian.
I like it.
Brian is full-fledged. I read an article today, bro. First, Brian, say hi.
Hello, everybody. I'm coming live from Jeddah. I'm scouting new locations for some indie shows, so that's where I'm at right now.
I read an article today, and I'm not sharing this opinion from the article, but it was how much AEW fans are assholes. Yeah, because you all have gone just totally like, it's AEW or it's nothing. I don't fuck Raw, fuck WWE, fuck all that. So we're glad, Brian, that you saw you get past that crutch that you have for WWE to join us tonight.
No, I'll try. I mean, I like NXT. NXT's good.
Okay. Well, we can differ on opinion there too. All right, so we're gonna go to the YouTube live chat board. We have thousands of people watching us right now. We're gonna get to the few that we'd like to talk to. Adam, introduce our board to us, please, tonight.
DP is here. Daniel Price, Iron Med, Soji, what's up? Perfect 11, haven't seen you in a minute. Welcome back. Stike is here, Hall of Famer, of course. And let's see who else we got. XL10, welcome, Jay. Trying to pick the good ones. Oh, and Chris Benoit is here.
Oh,
Chris Benoit's here.
No, Chris
Wow.
Pinois.
Oh, Chris Pinois, our friend Chris Pinois. Oh,
Chris
welcome back. Welcome back, Pinois.
What's up, Bang Bus?
So, look, I'm a football fan, right? And I'm a Panther fan. And one thing I've gone through a couple times, the Panthers, is rebuilding. And, you know, they get to an all-time high in 1996. They were vying for the Super Bowl, great team, a lot of veterans, cut bait with a lot of them. You know, 2001, they were fucking 1-15. They were shitty. They had to rebuild, right? Same thing after 2003, they went to Super Bowl, then they went shitty. They had to rebuild. Then 2008, they went back to the Super Bowl. You know, then they had to rebuild. So my point there is, I think the story for tonight's Raw is why I'm optimistic. And I know I'm always the glass half full, rose-colored glasses guy that you all like to fuck with. I get that.
I can't believe you admitted it.
Well, you know, I'm admitting that's what you say, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But what I saw tonight was future. I saw in a rebuilding season of football, you don't really notice all the moves they've made until you start to see them work together, and you go, "Oh, I get why you signed that dude. That makes sense now." A lot of things I saw tonight on Raw made me think, "Okay, I see where you were going with that before when I was shitting on it. Now I'm a little bit more excited, or at least invested in what you're moving forward with it to do." You guys completely think I'm full of shit, or is there anything that I said that you can relate to?
You've been selling the subtle stuff tonight. My whole thing has never been so much disagreeing with your subtleties. It's where's the payoff, or where's it going to go?
Okay.
Because if it's subtlety teasing and pop testing that's going to go nowhere, then, you know, that what's the point? If it leads to somewhere, if it's some long-term brilliant booking, yeah, great. I'll wait for the payoff is what I've always kind of been before I would jump on it like you have. But, yes, you've championed it a little early.
Right.
I don't know that it's quite – I don't know. Brian, am I trying to answer this better? Do you have a –
No, I mean you're kind of right, Rob. You know, they are going a different way. I mean, you have the Iconics, you have Drew McIntyre as a champion, Angel Garza, fucking what's his name with Seth now? Help me out.
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You have all these new faces, then especially you have Apollo Crews. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying as far as having new talent go out there.
All right. So Brian went ahead and just popped the cherry for every topic
Well,
tonight.
sorry.
now,
Sorry.
I'm
Brian,
joking, I'm joking.
you brought up the Apollo Crews thing though, but like Rob was on that bandwagon of subtleties for a while with this guy. Now it's finally paid off. You know, you see what I'm saying? Like I've reserved my opinion on it, but now I like it. You know,
I'm into
now that
it.
we've seen where it's gone, I like that.
All right, so we're not going to do step-by-step chronological for Monday Night Raw tonight, but we are going to hit some bullet points, and we'll kind of brush through some of the things we really don't want to talk about. Also tonight, we've got our awards that we do every week, and then I put together a little fun with audio. I haven't done that in a while. A little fun with audio. We'll play that later on in the show, so that should pay off for sticking around with us. It might be good. It might not. So let's go.
Brian and I haven't heard it, so our reaction will be
I haven't.
genuine.
I'm excited.
Okay, all right. So I want to go ahead and start with profits, and that.
Of course you do.
Yeah, well, of course we want to smoke. That will encompass so much that we saw tonight on Raw. So let's begin with the campy, and then we'll move to Brody Rob's subtlety points, right? And the campy, guys, is we saw the third edition of Whatever You Can Do, I Can Do Better. This time at a golf course, no, I can't do that. This time at a mini golf course where we saw alligators and chicken legs and high scores being cheered for in a golf game, which low scores should win. We saw a lot of bro love between all the tag teams together. I thought this was funny. I thought it was still fun. I don't think it's lost its charm as of yet. Do you agree? Do you disagree, Brian?
Me? No. What is this? The third time that they've done something, right? They did basketball.
They did basketball, then they did the axe throwing.
Axe throwing. That was it.
And next
Right.
week's going to be bowling.
Maybe.
And bowling.
Yeah.
I mean, why maybe? I mean, they said it, right?
Well, that goes to the future points. I mean, will they continue that kind of that cascade of games, or was the whole MVP thing tonight? That's what really intrigues me. Look, let's get away from the Viking Raiders, okay?
Well, one real quick thing before we get away from the Viking Raiders. I have no problem with what Profits and Raiders are doing.
Yeah.
I want to look outside. We're not developing any other tag teams while they're doing this. You could be setting up whoever wins this feud, wherever it goes, you should be building your contender in waiting. The next person or next team that's going to vie for the title.
Right.
We don't even know what the other teams are. Ricochet and Cedric aren't around. Vink and whatever his name aren't around. Vink and Thorne.
Murphy and what's his name?
Yeah. Are Murphy and what's his name an official? Thorne and
Theory.
Murphy and Theory an
Theory.
official team, and are Andrade and Garza an official team? They seem like they're just an alliance right now, Brian. So
Well-
that's what I'm saying. You could be establishing any of them as a contender in waiting while you're doing this, and the fact that you're not is shocking to me. You have a 3-hour fucking show.
Yeah. No, I agree with your point that they could be using this time to develop a tag division, which no one's
Correct.
going to argue with that. I will say I think when it comes to Theory and Murphy, anytime you have two sidekicks and a 3-man faction, it's always
J&J.
yeah. It's no, because they were just gimmicks. But two guys in a faction are always kind of default the tag team, right? Seth Rollins and Dean
I
Ambrose
didn't know if it was
default the
weirder
tag team.
because Murphy was, originally the fourth guy, and AOP was the tag team. That's why I wasn't sure if you automatically throw Theory and Murphy now as the tag team.
Yeah, I mean, sure, the dichotomy has changed in the tag team, so yeah, why not? I mean,
I just don't know how effective they're going to be with their hands fucking always clasped together. Like they're always doing like the prayer hand time they're outside the ring. It's like, come on, unglue your hands.
Wow,
please.
Brian, that's pretty fucking petty.
yeah, that was a pretty
Right?
that was petty.
Yeah,
time.
I know. I'm
All
So-
right, Rob, now we can move on.
Okay, so here's what I really want to get to in this topic.
The meat and potatoes.
After we had the bowling challenge backstage, Viking Raiders walks away, and MVP came in giving his same bit of knowledge, his little spiel that he gave to Bobby, which worked, right? Essentially, he's giving that to the Profits. I said to Adam during after this segment, do we have any heel tag teams? 1. 2, could this potentially go to a Profits heel turn? Brian, what do you think?
Potentially. I mean, the stuff that they were doing. I was gonna say the stuff that they were doing with MVP and Lashley, but I mean, they had a match against them, so I can't see them going with them. I don't know. Honestly, not unlikely because I mean, who's the face tag team that's gonna fill their spot?
Well, the implication here is the Viking Raiders. I mean, we seemingly have a face and face. I mean, I would think that if any, I don't see the Profits going heel yet. I think it's a good fit for them, Rob, but I think that the team that's going to end up winning this is going to face a heel team. That's why I suggested you build up, Murphy and Theory, or you build up Garza and Andrade as contenders in waiting. They teased, don't forget, Theory and Garza fought them at Mania, so they've teased these pairings. These guys have worked together, so it evolves to a different place. What's more interesting is, would they, after having the match, because your theory, Rob, lended more credence to it until the match was booked. Are they going to take this to a different level? Are they going to get started booking this way, the way they were with Seth? Or is this just a way for them to intermingle?
I don't think so. I had to step out for a second, but I don't. Are you saying that Theory and Murphy are going to be thrust into the belt situation right now?
No, I think after the Raiders and Profits are done, I think that either them or Andrade and Garza are going to be the next contenders in waiting.
Wow. I don't know.
I got two faces. Those are both heels. That's what I'm saying. Whoever comes out of this face win.
Okay, so it's a good thought experiment to think of. Okay, here's some possible heels, so that might not work for the Profits moving into the heel zone, right? Let's go with our heart for a second. Would we like to see the Profits go heel? I think I would.
I don't think I would yet.
No?
No, not yet. Yeah, no, not yet. Eventually.
When and what is the situation? Do you think
they flip teams and people so frequently on WWE that the impact is dulled? If these guys are breaking up or going heel at Survivor Series, now that's a good length.
Okay.
That would mean they've been on the main roster a year as faces, as a team, and now maybe they lost the belts. They haven't been in contention. They're going to go heel to get them back.
I can't go with you. I like the direction that MVP is playing right now as the motivator.
Yeah.
The down to business motivator. I like I liked him being added to Bobby Lashley's story, right? I like that.
Absolutely.
So for me, seeing the Profits, who honestly you have to be honest, they don't win much, right? They win by chance in big moments, but they don't win much.
They got protected tonight.
Well, they did get. Well, I'm not talking about protecting and booking, and I'm saying that them kayfabe alone, brother, they don't win much, right?
No.
They win when somebody helps them. I would like to see them be more legit.
They got the belts when KO helped them.
Well, right.
So that's exactly your point. I agree.
Yeah, and they got the belts in NXT. Although they won the match, they had to wait for the Raiders to.
Maybe that's the motivation of their heel change when they go.
Maybe. I don't know. Brian, you got any cherries you want to put on top of this Sunday?
Not really. I mean, I just ultimately I don't see them turning the Profits heel anytime soon. I mean, honestly, I think they're way more effective as a babyface team.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. I'm good with either way. It's not really an argument for me as much as what do you think. Tell me what the board's talking about.
Daniel Price says they were trying to parody the golf match with Brady and Manning, that happened over the weekends. Tiger Woods, Phil, that whole thing.
Fuck, I missed that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, God damn it.
Soji says he thought they were knocking Trump golfing and Biden calling him out on it. Maybe. I don't know. Seth looks like Legacy 2.0 is what he's putting together. That's also from Soji. And XL10J says, marked out Wrestling Profits Cast.
The fuck, man?
Yeah, I mean, Motivator Vontavious Porter is another one from DP. And Perfect 11. They don't really have any other teams. They're kind of in a holding pattern right now. That's why I think they're doing this game with face-face. But to 11's point, I don't know why they're not getting a team ready and waiting.
Well, I thought weren't they doing that with Cedric and Ricochet?
They 50-50 booked them. They won, they lost.
You always do that fucking 50-50, but that's not a thing, man.
There were only two other tag teams that wrestled. It is absolutely a thing. They win a week, they lose a week, then they're not even on TV.
It's not a thing in the aspect of what they're. That's the thing. If you're doing statistical, statistically they won 1 week, lost 1 week. It's 50-50.
No. You need to be hot at the right time. Anybody can be pushed in any division.
Right.
But that team, that contender in waiting, like for instance, right now, Bobby Lashley is not booked 50-50. He is booked to look fucking strong to go against Drew.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah.
They're not doing that with another tag team, is my point.
Okay.
They don't have anybody else to go to. They've neglected that division so bad that there's nobody else to fall to.
I don't disagree. They've neglected the division. I think there are tag teams that I think Cedric and Ricochet
haven't been on in weeks.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a good thing they have the Revival too, and the Major Brothers.
Oh yeah. Wait, no, and the Club. Wait, no.
Yeah. No, they don't have them either.
That's my point, Rob. And they didn't call up anybody. The Forgotten Sons are on Friday.
Shane Thorne and Vic, right?
Yeah.
And
Vink,
sorry. And then Oni Lorcan and Birch. I know they're back on NXT, but
I mean, yeah, exactly. We're really stretching to get names beyond the two teams that are featured.
I'm fighting for my point, and I'm falling
losing.
flat. Yeah. All right, so there we go. Street Profits. We'll see what happens with that. I would have liked. Here's my little tie the ribbon on it.
Ooh, what if MVP's making a new Nation of Domination? Soji says.
I didn't.
Is that just because it's the black team? Can't they be the Horsemen?
Come on, man.
Because that's what I suggested earlier.
You know what? Real quick, speaking of comparisons that I've never liked, I did want to open the show with a couple things. So let me take a real quick pause. And we mentioned this on our reaction show to AEW Double or Nothing. I want to do it here where usually our larger audience is to say rest in power to Shad. We didn't talk about it last week. Some of you guys asked us why we didn't mention it because we didn't know. We didn't know what the outcome was going to be. We were crossing our fingers that all was going to be well. He unfortunately passed in doing so, saving his son. I would have done it too. So apparently he was just a really good guy. So it's really shitty. And
it's not like that fake when somebody dies, everybody comes out and says he's a really good guy. There's a lot of evidence out there. This was This was a genuine dude.
I've talked to my brother-in-law, Montez, and in the past when he met them, and the sentiments about him were that he was a really, really cool guy, just really nice guy to meet and talk to.
Brian, wasn't his background like he was a bodyguard that became a wrestler?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I know Tyrus. I know he, but I don't know about
Maybe
Shad.
I'm confusing him.
Yeah, I don't know, but honestly, I mean, I've never heard one bad thing about the guy. Anytime he was in WWE or even afterwards, he was
no bad press, no slip ups, no mistakes when he was younger.
Yeah. So, to his family and especially his children, and heart goes out. It's horrible. It really is. So let's move on to some wrestling. Happy birthday to the guy with the wettest hair also.
Oh yeah, RJ Black sent me a message earlier. He wanted me to make sure that Rhodey Reigns acknowledged Roman's birthday.
Okay. So let's move on to the women's division here. So tonight we had a triple threat for the number one contendership to face Asuka for the women's championship, said championship. And look, I'm just gonna be straight up here. This was a waste of fucking time. This was an absolute waste of fucking time. First off, you put Charlotte, and we've had many conversations over the past few weeks about our feelings about Charlotte, more directly mine. And we've had plenty of conversations over the past 3 years on our collective thoughts about Natty. And this was obviously going to be Nia. Why couldn't it have just been announced?
I don't know about obvious. I mean, I told you that there was a chance I thought Charlotte could be booked to have all three belts.
No, there was that really brain fuck, situation that you put out there. I hate that, but WWE could.
We knew Natty wasn't going to win. I agree with you there.
Right. My problem here was this was a horrible match. I mean, the power bomb from the apron to the announce table. It was like they were practicing. I know they're at the Performance Center, but it was like they were practicing.
Practicing not to drop her.
I actually didn't think that was too bad.
Really? The way she held onto the ropes and didn't really struggle or fight. And then
say it again?
The way she held onto the ropes,
She was waiting for them to get her in position.
Right.
She wasn't struggling.
Didn't struggle and fight,
That's what
didn't
he's
shake,
saying.
and then let go with one hand, very as if, and then let go of the other hand, very as if, and then just kind of sat there as they slammed it. I thought the whole sequence was bad. I thought the whole match was bad. I'm sorry. I don't want to be negative on this point. I don't want to be negative about this situation. I like Asuka as champion.
Did she save any of it?
Who?
Asuka.
Asuka was the best part of it, being on commentary. I don't know what the fuck she was saying, but
That's just it's so over the top, man. I mean, like, and it's so stereotypical. Like that doesn't bother you. Like this is so fucking cartoony.
are you serious? Brian. No.
Bias Brian chiming in.
Yeah, let's reflect on your love affair with AEW, bro.
Oh, no, this is whataboutism, all right?
Oh,
This
no,
is
no.
your fucking political.
I'm doing you right now. You're
Trump.
gonna give shit because Asuka's a little bit out there, but you're like, dude, did you see the and I agree with you. Did you see the Bubbly Bunch segment? That was fucking hilarious. Dude, did you see when he beat up Vanguard? Yeah, I did. I loved it, but dude,
I didn't like the Money in the Bank match, but I love Stadium Stampede.
No.
Right.
Okay. The Asuka thing is fucking borderline racist with what they're doing.
She's Japanese. She's speaking Japanese.
Yeah, she's not
march her
doing
out
what
there and
Rob
just have her
does.
Yell shit that no one knows that we
Yeah.
don't understand.
Let me
But
tell you
as
something.
long as it's real words and she's not just going, gibberish,
Yeah, let me tell
I'm
you.
fine with it.
I lived in Japan for 6 months. I'm telling you right now, that's normal. You go to get a haircut, that's normal. So it can't be racist if the person doing it is obviously, come on.
Perfect 11 has a very fair statement here on the board.
What?
He says, on one hand, I totally agree. It was pretty much spelled out that Nia would win, but I can watch movies where I know the bad guy's going to lose and still enjoy them. That said, though,
Okay.
it wasn't great.
Yeah.
That's fair. If it was a good story being told and a good match, and then that's fair. I don't know. Natty and Charlotte being involved is what immediately made me go, I really don't care. I'm going to watch the match.
Well, and Nia too, man.
Soji says, forget
Nia.
calling it
What?
the NXT Championship. Just call it the Charlotte Flair title.
No, Brian, what I'm saying is I was okay with Nia being in a match for number one contender, but why did the other two have to be Natty? Natty. And Charlotte's down burning the fucking women's division in NXT.
Well,
Yeah.
and the argument, if you were to say Ruby or Liv, is what has she done, or Kyrie, what has she done? Well, what has Natty done to get herself in this? I mean, Charlotte just shows up and she's in it.
Right. Why couldn't Ruby be in this?
Why couldn't you put anybody in a division?
Right.
Where's Bianca been? I was worried that
Where
she
is
was
she?
going to be booked as a valet. She had a little altercation with Zelina,
Yeah.
and she's been absent.
Yeah. Where's
She's been the
right.
EST of catering.
Yeah. Bianca could have been in that in lieu of Charlotte.
Right.
Right. Something like, and then Natty takes the pin and still protects Bianca.
You could have put Kyrie out there. That
Coulda
would have
done
been
that.
that would have been a good. Would they do Asuka versus Kyrie?
Instead,
that would have been a good,
Right.
maybe.
Instead, you got Natty and Charlotte in there, and Liv Morgan's doing her fucking casting couch audition.
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
I
I didn't hate it.
I told
didn't
you,
hate it.
Brian. I told Rob this, but somebody out there in Twitterverse suggested that Liv Morgan's new character. She's the daughter of Becky that's traveled back in time.
So horribly.
Oh
That's
my God.
so bad. If that's true, I'm not gonna speak that. Stop speaking it into existence. That's so fucking bad.
I was just laughing at the thought.
Oh,
We
my
haven't
God.
done. We suggested a long time ago that Daniel Bryan and Miz would team with their adult time traveling children and do a mixed gender match. So, I mean, it's along those lines.
And I don't know how much attention you were paying towards that match, but Natty didn't kick out at one point. Looked like there was a near fall towards the end.
Yeah.
I think Nia was pinning it. Clearly didn't kick out, but the ref still did the whole thing where obviously he didn't count till 3. But
The
it all just
refs
looked all
are
fucked up.
inconsistent. At least AEW says the refs call the shots.
Brian,
Well, you're right, Adam.
Yeah, Brian. My notes say sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. That's what I had for that match.
Yeah, my notes just say Natty didn't kick
Oh.
out. That's fine.
What about Baszler?
Shayna Baszler could have been in there, right?
Yeah.
Shayna Baszler.
Right? Yeah, what the fuck?
Stike bringing it up. I didn't even think about it.
If you look, you got Shayna Baszler.
Who beat Natty twice in the last 2 weeks?
Right. Put Shayna Baszler in there. Put Bianca Belair in there, and put fucking Ruby Riott in there. I'm fucking in.
Yeah.
I'm in. Good fucking match.
Kyrie
But
Sane
Sarah
instead
Logan?
of Ruby. But yeah, I mean, the point is they could have done better. Just like just like I was saying with the tag division. Where's your contender in waiting after
Right.
this?
Yeah.
There is none.
Okay. Quick
Yeah.
point. All right. Good topic there. Quick point here, just quick point. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. Edge and Randy, WWE, if anyone out there that works for WWE happens to see this, please go to the old man and tell him that the greatest match of all time shit needs to fucking stop. It needs to fucking stop. We are not that stupid. I don't know how stupid sometimes he thinks we are as fans. We are not that fucking stupid. It is not going to be the greatest match of all time. Even if it's a really good match, and it damn sure probably will be. The greatest match of all time.
Before it's even thrown a punch, you're dubbing it that. I mean, you're setting yourself up to fail, Vince.
And like 17 times an episode, they're saying it. The greatest match of all time. No.
They have a graphic, Rob. They showed the graphic, I think, 17 times.
Better than Ricky and Macho. Better than Ricky and Flair. Better than Hogan and Andre. No.
Better than Michaels and Taker, Flair and Michael. I mean, the
Rock and Stone Cold. Fucking come on.
And I'm sorry, no offense. There's one thing in common to every one of those matches, Brian, that we just suggested. The crowd was part of that. There's no way, no matter how good this match is, that without the crowd, it's going to be the greatest match of all time.
I think it's a whole fake. I think Randy's going to do like a gnarly DQ or something. Like I think there's not even going to be a match. I think Edge is going to be all pissed off, like you ruined the chance for us to change history or some bullshit. Like, but obviously, worse. I think the big payoff is that there's not going to be it's not going to be the best match. There's going to be some bullshit. I don't know what it is, but it's not going to be a match.
I believe you. I just hope you're wrong, because that's even worse.
Yeah.
That's even worse than them trying to put on the greatest match.
If they're shooting for the moon, great. Great, but don't get a soundstage for me, please. Don't fucking go there.
If you want to say at one time, this could be the greatest match of all time on the Go Home show.
I agree, Stike Leather. I agree. Flair and Steamboat from the '80s is some of the greatest matches of all time. That 60-minute fucking match where Terry Funk attacked Flair afterwards. That is my favorite match of all time.
Well, and I know you're a big Hogan mark, but Hogan wasn't the greatest wrestler. But his matches told that story where the crowd was fucking engaged and felt like they were a part of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's why I'm saying the crowd is that X factor that can make. I mean, the Steamboat, the false finishes. I mean, everything. Like you need that crowd there to even be considered.
Yeah, you really need a crowd for this match too.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Okay. Let's move on real quick to Alistair. So we wanted to talk about Seth Rollins. And
I want to know what Brian thinks here.
And the continuing growth of his disciples, which I want to put this in your head first, that I think Murphy is definitely the Judas of this situation. I think that's the angle he's going to play down the road. Down the road, not now. Down the road. But more specifically for me, I am excited at the possibility that we're going to have a Seth Alistair Black program here, Brian.
Hell yeah. All for it. Sign me up.
All for it.
All for it. Why wouldn't I be?
I feel like that's where it's headed. No, because of the Carrillo thing, Brian. Don't you think the way that played out?
Definitely. And, I got to say, I'm a little disappointed. I don't really like the pairing of Alistair and Carrillo. I think it's a little, it's a little weird.
Forced.
However, I don't think that it's going to be, I'm sorry. I think it's going to be, like you said, I think it is going to be, that's where they're going, Alistair and Seth. But Seth kind of looks like, and this is just me maybe having my AEW glasses on, does he remind you a little bit of Mr. Brody Lee? Got the man bun, he's wearing a jacket, beard.
It's kind of the thing. It's kind of the thing, isn't it?
He's recruiting. I mean, that's kind of the way an evil faction works.
Yeah, I guess, but
I mean, the man bun, a beard, and a jacket, that's kind of every hipster's way of dressing for the last 10 years.
So. Yeah, if Drew had had his hair up, he would have looked the same way.
Right. So I think you're reaching there, bud.
Well, but the other thing you also, just to mention real quick in here, is KO and Garza. Here is Seth and KO. Where do they go if they're not going to fight Drew? If they're not going to go after the big belt? Well, push some of your lower card talent in a little mini feud. Garza got the best of KO tonight.
Yeah.
And I feel like Alistair and Seth got the fuse lit to start their program.
Right. And it works because you have Seth playing this savior, this Messiah role, and Alistair, when you think of the darkness, you think of Alistair Black. So you have the Messiah versus the darkness, But the dichotomy is flipped, where the hero here
Is the dark.
is the darkness. I love it. I actually really do like this.
They can play that up in many ways.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. All right. So here we go.
Here's the fun one.
This is the fun one. I was curious. I was wondering, Apollo got called up to the main roster before he should have. Let's all be honest there. He wasn't ready.
Nope.
He had the look. He had the talent.
He had just made his takeover debut.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, he had the look. He had the talent, but he didn't have it. He didn't have it yet. And we all wanted ooh-ha to have it, but he didn't.
We wanted to root for that underdog.
Him winning tonight against probably the first defense Andrade's had with the belt.
Worthless title run.
On a great talent, though. On a great talent. It's not taking anything from Andrade. It's not his fault they booked his belt to shit.
It's not his fault he was injured for a month, but it is his fault he got popped for a month.
I really want Apollo to be featured. I want him to be featured. I want him to be a fighting champion. I want him to retain through several programs. That is what I want, WWE. That is what I think will be good for him and for you and for us.
I want him to survive those programs, not necessarily come out where he, dominated that opponent. I want him to just survive as the champion, be that underdog that keeps the belt and keeps going somehow. And you think, oh, he's not going to win this challenge, but he does. He's not going to get over this guy, but he does. Maybe even put that open challenge gimmick that Cena made popular. Really legitimize his run and maybe showcase your division.
I'm against the open challenge thing because I would like to see the U.S. belt used in feuds. It was good for Cena because the belt was shit when Cena had it. So
Right.
let Cena go out there and I'm gonna.
Isn't it kind of shit after Andrade's run?
Well, yeah. Actually, you know what? Yes, but I think for me right now the U.S. title belt means more than it did 4 hours ago. It means more because now it's on a young, up-and-coming star who we're all excited about to see his growth. I'm excited about the potential that he has as being a U.S. champion if he is booked, if he has programs, if he is showcased.
Do you have any fear that he's a transitional champ?
I always have a fear that somebody's a transitional champ.
Like next week? No, but I'm saying like next week he's just going to drop it.
That's what I'm saying. I agree. That is a legit fear, Brian, that he's gonna have a defense next week and fucking drop it to Angel Garza.
Right? Nah, I don't think so. I mean they've been pushing him for the past few weeks, so I feel like with his trajectory, I feel like this is right on par. I think the one thing that I would like to see him do after winning the belt is fucking change it. Give it a facelift.
Yes.
Give it a makeover. Make it Uha Nations. Make it Apollo's. Make it his
Whatever
own.
you
So
do,
that it
don't
sticks
call
out.
the AEW belt guy.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Actually, that was the first thought when the ref handed him the belt at the end of the match. First thing that popped in my head was, now fucking change it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying Apollo goes and does a personal belt. I don't think Apollo's got the cred for a personal belt or the character for a personal belt.
Or the transitional champion value.
Right. But I would like to see a facelift done to that belt. If you're going to start facelifting your entire roster, bringing in new people, new fresh feuds, which we are seeing, although we're bitching about a lot of things, we're seeing a lot of new. I would like to see that change as well. You changed the IC. I don't know if I like the IC, but you changed it, so that's good, I guess. Whatever. So congratulations to Apollo Crews. Well deserved, sir. I wish you the best in your title run. Okay. So that's basically.
By the way, Bianca's been on Main Event, the board told us.
Oh,
okay.
Really?
I haven't been watching Main Event, so I will take your word for that. So real quick, Iconics laid their claim tonight to the tag team that I am dubbing Bliss Cross.
I still like Twisted Bliss.
I know you do.
My thing that I posed a question of here, Brian, with Rob when this segment happened is, obviously the slap last week with the Iconics and everything's fine this week. But have we had a legit tag team for women break up? The way the Rockers broke up, the way so many iconic tag teams, had their break, Edge and Christian, the Hardys. we've never had the chance to have that for the women. Iconics are a true team. They've been together their entire time on the roster and beneath in NXT. If they were to break up, that would be new ground because you've never had a women's tag team breakup.
Didn't Sasha and Bailey do it when Sasha went on her sabbatical or whatever the fuck it was?
They didn't break up. Sasha went on sabbatical.
She just
and
left.
when she came back, they were best friends still, and they still are.
Yeah, that's
Best
right.
friend.
So that's what I'm saying.
You're right, yeah.
And they weren't a legit tag team where, I know they tried to give them a name and a T-shirt, but that was only while they were tag champs. They've never referred to them as that since. So this would be, I'm wondering when they do it. Even the Kabuki Warriors have kind of dissolved. There's not been a true tag team breakup in the women's division yet.
Oh, actually, no, that's not true. Riot Squad.
They were a faction.
They were a faction.
Okay,
I mean,
but they were a tag team.
But
They
no.
never even
Tag team
vied
within
for the
the
belts.
faction.
They
No.
never even challenged for them.
Look, we're splitting hairs here. I think Adam's
Because then
point.
you'd go with Team Bad and all that
Well,
broke
right.
up.
Yeah, I think Adam's point is solid. I had the same thought as you. I was like, well, bad, but then no, but then he said no faction. Okay, no faction.
Right.
It's so
a
straight
legit team,
yeah.
their uniforms match.
Yeah, it's a good point. No, it's a good point. It is a
It is.
first. All right. Anything on the board before we move on to what I have for my last topic for Raw before we get into the awards?
11 says women's tag segment was amazing. It looked like they let them use bullet points instead of a script, and Nikki Cross absolutely crushed it. The Iconics looked meaner too. I really liked it.
Yep.
It was for the promos. It was definitely better than it normally was. Bangba says Peyton and Billy didn't work solo in NXT. It's not going to work now. Well, I'm not saying they should break up. I'm wondering when that's going to happen, Bus. And then Soji says, yeah, that's a fresh idea. I thought about it too. And then Alexa Stike wants to point out your buddy JD from New York and the Alexa comments feud that's going on out there. JD from New York's getting death threats over it. Apparently.
Well, I'm not happy about that, but I'm happy he's getting shit for it. He's a piece of shit. So
Well,
whatever.
no cyberbullying. No more cyberbullying.
Yeah, I'm saying we just had is Hana, right? That's her name, Hana.
Yeah.
I mean, we just had that tragedy, and
it didn't even last 2 days before people were like back
Right.
on the. Yeah.
Look, I get it. Everybody and their mom can buy a computer, get a microphone, and have a fucking podcast. I get that. That doesn't mean that everybody should have a voice. Just because you can have a voice doesn't mean you should, right? I come on here and I complain about wrestling, and that's fine. We all argue about wrestling, but I don't come on here and personally attack people. And it's not worth the time. All right.
We get where you're going.
Yeah. Final topic for Raw tonight is for me was I wrote down the question: will Lana screw Bobby Lashley over? I like
Yes.
Bobby's direction. I like what they're doing with him. Is Lana the wild card?
I think she saves face, keeps Drew's title run going, maybe even gets you another match of Bobby and Drew because of it. But also it solidifies MVP in, Lana out. And that's why I kind of posed it off air to you. I think that's the way to book this ending.
Okay. Brian, anything on that?
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, I was surprised. You know how I've been in and out of Raw over the past few weeks. I was surprised to see Lana still fucking doing the whole thing with Lashley. I thought that was done, man. I thought they were like
They're still
past-
married.
I know, and that's fucking bizarre to me. I mean, come on, move past it. He's
Yeah.
obviously with like MVP, not in the same way like Lana, but
Yeah,
you know what I
Brian,
mean? Like, he's
Brian,
got a new
she's getting
manager.
future endeavored as soon as this is over
Right.
with Lashley.
All right.
No.
All right.
He's fine. She's-
Let's,
Future endeavored. Doesn't matter if you just got
You
signed.
want to do the awards now? Or you want to do the sound bites?
Let's knock the awards out. There's only 3 of them.
Okay, so we got
Yeah.
3
Fly
awards for you
through.
tonight. Then we're gonna play a little fun with audio. So we have the marked out award. Board, put yours on there as well. Marked out award, booking fail, and the MVP of the night. We're gonna start with the first one. It's gonna be the marked out award, and we're gonna let Adam Baum, who's over there in his acid trip.
Uha Nation, Rob. Uha
Ooh,
Nation.
acid trip booth.
And that's my marked out award. I'm glad to see Apollo getting some love. I'm glad to see. I pray to God he's not a transitional champion. I'd like to see him have a good run,
Yeah,
like you said, Book. But I marked out when he won.
I'm gonna give you this.
This is Roderick Strong, and I approve this method.
The
I got a
return-
Roddy, Brian.
Return of the Roddy.
What?
Brian, do you have a marked out? Did you actually lower yourself to mark out for something on Raw?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Lies.
I won't tell AEW.
No. I did. No. It's okay. I marked out when I saw that they were using other talent as the audience, just like this other company that's doing the same thing, and it's been very tremendous. It helped their just the whole product. So
Can you
I'm
mute
happy
him?
that WWE is following suit with that other show. So
I neglected to bring this up earlier. I'm glad you brought it up for your petty fucking award there.
No, it was my marked out award.
Yeah, I know. Look, I've said it before on this show. You know, being somebody who worked in radio, you know, we would sit there preparing for our morning show, and you would get ideas from morning shows all around the world, all around the country. Let's do that segment. Oh, that'd be cool. It's okay to take ideas if they're good ideas. I mean, here we go. So you mean like how AEW did that ladder match where they hung something up above the ring and?
Oh, yeah, but WWE, they didn't invent. Oh, well, actually, I think they did.
Yeah.
Did they? Did they invent it, or was that just the first one? Sean, and I don't think they invented it.
1979, Jake the Snake Roberts was credited as the first ladder match.
Really?
Yeah.
Not in WWE.
It's acknowledged by WWE. It was on their greatest ladder match DVD.
All right. My marked out
You
award.
came ready with that.
My marked out award is going to be
You're
when MVP walked up on the Profits backstage. I was like, that made me double take. Like, whoa, what's going on here? That was exciting for me. On the board, boys, what do we got?
On the board, Uha Nation for Soji.
Uha.
WWE finally grew some grapefruits and added a crowd to the arena. That's for Iron Meds. The Gator trying to steal the turkey leg. That's for DP.
Yeah, that was good.
Zelina Vega for showing her feet. That's for Bus. Pervert.
Whoa.
And Angel Garza winning. That's for Stike. He didn't expect him to beat KO.
Yeah, that was a surprising win, but it's good. It propels one and sets a feud between the two.
And Perfect 11 says he loved they had the developmental guys in the audience. The sound of the crowd feedback was solely missed. I just want to see them bang their hands on the plexiglass, make as much noise as possible. Like treat it like a hockey game.
Hacky. All right. Next award for us is going to be the booking fail. I'll go ahead and kick this one off. Booking fail for me was a triple threat. You can either look at it one or two ways.
You don't even know which way to go. You're so upset.
Yeah, either one or two ways. Either one, get somebody more relevant, like we said, Bianca, Shayna, Ruby, somebody more relevant that we all actually want to see in the match, not the same fucking retread over and over and over. Or if Nia's the presumptive fucking number one contender, just say it and book the match. Don't make us sit through whatever the fuck it was you made us sit through. You could have done anything with that time slot other than what you did. Here's my booking fail. Sorry, Adam.
My booking fail is going to be the crowd. Specifically, a couple different, lots of petty things here. But no chairs, so they got to stand for 3 fucking hours. That's nice.
COVID people are weak.
I feel like the crowd, unlike AEW, Brian, and back me up here, AEW, they have a lot of fun with it. The faces cheer and boo and heel and whatever, and they do whatever the fuck they want. Here, the crowd was a bunch of fucking puppets.
Yeah.
If a face talks, we're going to cheer. If a heel talks, we're going to boo.
Very video game.
Cheap pops all night. I felt like there was an applause sign,
Yeah.
so they knew when they were supposed to do whatever. Like it was filmed before a live studio audience with a laugh track. I mean, this was fucking. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And they're all out there wearing,
That's
the
what I was gonna say,
shirts for
exactly.
WWE.
Yeah.
So that they can just hawk some merchandise.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what the AEW is doing. I don't mind the hockey stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like this part.
Yeah, well, I agree with you. One thing that I did notice is, in AEW, you got the heels are booing the faces, in the crowd. Here it was every face got cheered, every heel got cheered or got booed. It was very video game-esque.
Yeah.
And I know these are the PC people, so they're not necessarily categorized as heel or face, but they should have been allowed to just cheer for whoever they wanted and have their opinions. Because let's face it, all the Fruity Pebbles get all the cheers from the kids and the women, and then the heels get all the cheers from the men. So when you're in a live arena, the crowd doesn't just always go the way you want, Vince.
Right. I take it back to my analogy I've used several times is the corporate versus private, right? I worked for companies that were mom and pops. The Christmas party was a fucking throwdown. And now I work for a corporate entity. The Christmas party is more like, 2 glasses of wine, some fucking cheese, see you tomorrow. So there's the difference. Brian, booking fail.
My booking fail was, it's not really about Raw tonight, but I'm here in Jeddah, of course, as you can see, and I booked a building that was next to King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. It was next to an abandoned Ruby Days, but I thought I had it locked down, but it doesn't look like I do, so I'm going to have to keep. That's my booking.
You know what?
This is Roderick Strong. I approve this message.
I'm going to give him a Roddy.
Thank you.
I'm going to give him a Roddy. Yeah.
You're a Roddy slut tonight.
I'm so impressed by that answer, Brian, and your ability to Google search, that I'm going to give you the first go at the MVP award after the board has their booking fail. So prepare yourself. Adam,
I will.
On the board.
On the board, booking fail for Soji. Charlotte inserted into all the shows as NXT champion.
Yeah.
Perfect 11 when Apollo won his match. Charlie Caruso came in with no excitement, and Apollo's reaction was obviously scripted, so it took away from the immediacy. Okay, that's fair. Let's see. Iron Med's had a good one. Big fail. WWE put Angel to do a promo while the match was going on, and his promo was stupid as well. Bangba says, I stole his, and I think that's it.
Okay.
MVP. DP, whoever's telling Charlotte it's okay to moonsault. He doesn't like her moonsault.
Brian, I don't know about that. I mean, she's good at that. Brian, MVP award.
Yeah, no, my MVP is definitely my man, Abdul Zahara. He's been helping me out at the Holiday Inn here in Jeddah. So he's got me fucking 7 towels, a bunch of hand cloths.
It's like Peter Griffin with the knee.
Right. Yeah, so definitely
Okay.
Abdul's here.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Adam, MVP.
My MVP is obviously Charlie Caruso. You know why?
Why?
Because she cut Natty's interview short.
Yes. Yeah. Well, sorry. we're out of time.
Sorry. That was the best work ever.
Yeah. My MVP is going to go to Apollo Crews, your new United States champion. Well done, young man.
Congrats.
Yes, I hope it works out for you,
man.
sir. Good for you. Hope you're enjoying your night tonight.
Right.
So there you go. MVP's on the board.
MVP on the board. Bangba says MVP. Apollo for Stike. Let's see. Juan says hello, ladies. You're late, Juan. Charlotte's
Juan.
legs for Iron Meds. Yeah, just don't look above them, I guess.
Oh God.
Real quick, our SmackDown moment. Hardy beat Sheamus, so he's going to fight Daniel Bryan in the semis. AJ beat Knock. He's going to fight Elias. Bailey beat Flair. Ziggs and Sonya beat Otis and Mandy. And Braun beat Miz. Great.
Awesome. Thank you for that quick SmackDown.
We don't even
update.
need a minute anymore.
Don't even need a minute. Don't even need a minute. Hey, real quick before we do our fun with audio, I do want to tell you about a couple cool things. I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen real quick. I want you to write this down. Or you can just go under our video and click all the links that are under there. The promo code for everything is going to be marked out. One word. Marked out, one word. And the percentage is going to be 10% off your order at all of these locations. We're going to start with markedoutgear.com, where you can go there to see our podcast artwork, our original concepts. Please go there, get a koozie, a coffee mug, a baby onesie, a hoodie, signature series shirt, a Monday Night DVR shirt. Hey, buy it all. Just say I want one of everything. You can also go to collarandelbowbrand.com, Al Snow's company. Again, same promo code, marked out, all one word, 10% off your order. FNXFIT.com, Phoenix Fit. If you're looking for great supplements, ways to help get yourself better in better shape, improve your body or your mind, FNX Fit, PhoenixFit.com is where you want to go there. And no promo code for this one, but we would invite you to go to belowthecollar.com, and you can find some of our podcast shirts on that site as well, belowthecollar.com. I don't know what these two jackoffs are doing around me. What's that sign say? I couldn't see it.
It says Brian isn't in Jeddah, and it's from Roddy.
Oh, Roddy said Brian's not in Jeddah.
Yeah, so you know that message is approved.
Take it away from you. So, hey, here's what I want to do to kind of finish the show out. A while back, I did a segment called Fun with Audio, where basically I heard a radio show take a song, and they just added bleeps to it, and it kind of changed the context of what you thought you were listening to. So I took a promo, and I did the same thing. I call this a ring full of dicks.
Groups and they go hand in hand, and they're just going through their growing pains right now.
Certainly a lot of in that ring.
I'm sorry for the mess, guys. I wanted you guys to be on the show today.
No. I know why you wanted us to be on the show tonight. You were hoping for a weren't you? I am so sick of people like you and Drew and the whole WWE universe. You guys see one little and all of a sudden you think that there's dysfunction in my group. You think that my is crumbling? Well, you're wrong. Now, if you want to talk about real, let's talk about Andrade. This is a god among insects like all of you. An Angel Garza. The lethal that breaks faces and breaks. Which then brings me to Austin Theory. The prodigy that only at 22 years old is this damn good. And me, I am the best that this business has seen in a long time. You want to talk about Kevin? We came and we weren't made for everybody.
Forgot to bleep
And
that
that's
one.
why they made sidewalks for people like you. What are you even doing? You're standing on the apron. You're not even giving us the respect of being in the ring with your
Well, may I?
You may proceed.
Thank you. First of all, one could argue that I'm giving you even more by letting you guys have the ring. But also, if the last few taught me anything, is that when I'm in the ring with more than one, things kind of, go off the rails a little bit. But here's the main reason I'm here and not there is because I don't want the ring to be too crowded, because you are not my only. There's another. You guys are familiar with him, I think. And here he comes. His name is Apollo Crews.
Oh, what a surprise. Oh, and Apollo Crews is here tonight. Oh, and Apollo Crews has had his issues with the United States champion Andrade. No love lost between Apollo Crews and Andrade. Trying to pull him off. If it weren't for an injury, Crews nearly took the from Andrade. Now Kevin Owens is getting into the fray.
Bag full of dicks.
Oh my God.
I think I might have I went a little bleep happy on a couple spots.
No,
Yeah.
no, that was fantastic.
There's a couple times I think you bleeped a pause,
Maybe.
and then you missed the come part.
The come part was very intentional.
Yeah.
But you,
Because
that's
she say that?
because
She
no,
said that?
what she said was, if you want to talk about the come up, Kevin, and I just took the up out. If you want to talk about the come, so hey, what are you gonna do?
Well done.
good job, sir.
Thank you. All right. So that concludes our broadcast show tonight. So final thoughts here. Look, I know we have fun shitting on WWE a lot, and I know it's become almost second nature so much that we have to do it, and we don't want to hear anything else. It's kind of cultish, like you're wearing a MAGA hat or some shit to shit on WWE. I agree. There's a lot to shit on. I agree. There's a lot to hate. I try.
Brian agrees.
And I try to look at the positives, even when I make those statements and they come back and slap me in the face like a ring full of dicks. But tonight we saw a new young United States champion with promise. Tonight we saw the tag team champions potentially moving in a new direction, which I think would be a healthy direction for them. We saw Angel Garza get a win over KO. That's only a good thing. So we saw a lot of youth tonight, and I think that's a good thing. All the other bullshit aside, Charlotte, triple threat, all that, fuck that. I'm with you. Fuck that. But there were goods. So let's try to take it. Let's try to take some goods. That's all I'm saying.
I like there were some definitely silver linings tonight, Rob, but I'm still waiting for them to have an actual women's division, which means feuds away from the belt, and same with the tag. And until that comes, it's still just little flakes of goodness.
Right. Bang Bus apparently is done with Liv Morgan in the bus, and he made the comment. No, I shouldn't say that. That's horrible. I'm sorry. Her promo tonight was just like, what is this? He says Apollo is 32. Yes, and 32 is still a young man. So
That's very young. Yeah.
If you were arguing that he's 32, fuck you. He's still a young man.
Iron Meds has a great comment. He said today's 3 hours didn't feel so long and dragged out as previous week. That's fair.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it wasn't. It didn't drag. The triple threat did. Soji says Rob should do women's, call it a bag full of guns.
I can't believe you read that.
I need to proofread better. All right.
That's horrible.
All right.
Drew Gulak's back, by the way.
Okay.
Brian, little dirt sheet action at the end
I
here.
saw that.
They were able to come to terms, so he is back.
So, don't forget Wednesday night. We're going to be back after Dynamite and NXT, talking about that, the fallout from Double or Nothing. How's that going to play out on the AEW stage?
Get ready for Fighter Fest, and Bias Brian, I'm sure, will have all that.
Oh, he'll be all in, or all out. Who knows? NXT. I don't know what they're doing, but we'll talk about that as well. They're kind of dysfunctional right now. I don't know what's going on there.
They have that the cage fight, don't they?
Okay. Yeah, we're all excited about that.
Thatcher and Riddle with Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
as the ref.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
Unless Kurt does his moonsault off the top, I don't care.
Yeah, that's great. All right. So as always, boys and girls, don't forget to join us. Follow us on social media. I want you all to do me a favor this week. Everybody listening, do me a favor this week. Just once, share our podcast on your social media. Just once, share it. Help us build the audience. We appreciate that. But as always, wear your fucking mask. Wear your mask. The frontline professionals that are saving people's lives right now have to wear their mask for 12 fucking hours a day. You can wear your mask for 30 fucking minutes to go to the grocery store. Stop being a little bitch. It's not about your rights. It's about our rights to live. So wear your fucking masks and wash your fucking hands and love each other. Call your fucking grandma. Mark out like no one's watching.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is produced and edited by You Record Studios and is recorded live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Subscribe, follow, and listen to us live following WWE programming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle Ravepro. That's Ravepro.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.